Populism of the centre rarely appears in open slogans. Instead, it manifests itself in everyday political and media language that sounds reasonable and therefore becomes especially effective. When, for example, debates on migration claim that order must be established before humanity can be discussed, this initially appears pragmatic. Yet implicitly, it defines certain people as problems before they are recognized as human beings. The question of rights is not openly denied, but postponed, until it gradually loses all meaning. A similar logic appears in social policy when it is said that work must pay off again. The sentence sounds fair, almost moral, yet it shifts attention away from structural inequality toward individual blame. Those who have little are no longer seen as part of an unequal system, but as people who have not tried hard enough. Poverty is not confronted but explained, and that explanation replaces political responsibility. The same pattern emerges in security policy. When surveillance, stricter laws, or restrictions of fundamental rights are justified by the population's sense of security, the question is no longer whether such measures are just or effective, but whether they provide reassurance. Fear becomes political currency. Freedom suddenly appears as a luxury one can only afford in peaceful times. That this very freedom forms the foundation of democratic society fades quietly into the background. In education, this logic surfaces when reforms are rejected in the name of realism. Pedagogical visions are dismissed as unrealistic, critical thinking as ideology. Education is expected to function, not to disturb. It should adapt, not question. Schools are no longer understood as spaces of social reflection, but as instruments for stabilizing existing conditions. The same tendency is visible in media discourse. Talk shows are no longer designed to generate understanding, but to mirror moods. The value of an argument no longer lies in its substance, but in its ability to resonate emotionally with an audience. Complexity is perceived as a burden. Simplification is sold as closeness to the people. Those who speak with nuance are labeled detached, while those who reduce are considered authentic. In all these examples, populism of the center operates not through loudness, but through habituation. It shifts meanings without openly changing words. It replaces questions with self-evident truths and alternatives with supposed necessities. Social problems no longer appear as something that can be shaped, but as natural events to which one can only react. Politics thus transforms from a space of decision into the management of what is deemed inevitable. Precisely therein lies its greatest effect. While extreme positions still provoke and trigger resistance, populism of the center calms. It offers the comfort of appearing reasonable without requiring real responsibility. It enables consent without accountability. And so, step by step, a society emerges in which inequality becomes explainable, exclusion understandable, and silence convenient. Not out of malice, but out of normality.